Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be discussing, is Conduit breaking Apex Legends? I've been seeing a lot of people impression farming on Twitter, whether it's impression farming or not, of frustrations about Conduit in the game. And to be fair, I've seen it a bit on Reddit too with a lot of complaints. I'm going to list through some of them and we're going to discuss everything. Why people are annoyed by her, aka the reset time, her tactical going through walls, and the changing of the game that she brings. Does she have a high skill ceiling? I know there's a lot of discussion of her feeling brain dead and easy to use. Her strength outside of her abilities, which is also her class. The team-based legend idea of, I guess, bringing a team closer together. I mean, she's not great solo, so we could talk about that. And how the pro scene was essentially wrong about her. So we're playing, moving around in real time. This is me giving raw thoughts in real time, kind of continuing that story, that momentum, whether we live or die or whatever happens. There is a sword here, which means it's probably going to be hot, most likely. I guess not. But also what we're going to discuss as well is how Conduit can be adjusted. Some of my thoughts about her, whether they're perfect or not. So we're playing Conduit right now. I'm going to go and grab the sword because I know the sword is crazy overpowered, right? Let's get this guy first. What the heck? Oh my god, I'm just gonna run for it. Okay, alright. So we'll talk about the Conduit heals as well, which I honestly... This series is always interesting to do because it's not the easiest whenever you're trying to talk and kind of work through things. I know this new game mode, by the way, is pretty... Oh no, I died. All right. Well, this gives me time to kind of chat, nonetheless. I didn't use any of her abilities. I ran around with a sword and started bashing away at people. I tried to block in between, but it didn't work out. Let's talk about first and foremost, after I was kind of running around, and we can go back in queue and have a bit of a reset period here, is why are people annoyed by her? Well, it really comes down to the fact that she can heal through walls and give a really solid reset at the start of the game. That's really strong. So dropping off rip is actually really good for Conduit, but also she saves that timing of resetting. You know, if somebody has to pop a bat, well, they don't need to, they could just get right back into the fight. The heal goes through wall, so there's that line of sight where you don't know where the Conduit is and you see the heal go through the wall, and it's really hard to judge where the Conduit is located, how they're going to push, and so forth. Now, what's also interesting, we're going to pull up the legend list right here, is that out of all the legends here, the support, what's the beauty of Conduit as well, and why you see her in ranked, is that it's really great for her to go reset and grab a banner, right? Out of all the legends, she's probably the strongest outside of Loba. You know, she doesn't have, let's say, insane movement capability, but Gibraltar new counts are pretty stilted and they're pretty large. Loba has the ability to get out, but she doesn't heal her teammates outside of getting initial loot, right? Mirage can get banners as well, but he's not really team-oriented as strong as Conduit is. I mean, she is very much like a reverse Watson. And then, of course, Lifeline, which is good, but listen, shield healing is always stronger. So that's why people are, I can tell, are annoyed by her. You know, it kind of goes back to maybe the Overwatch vibe and feel, where healers and their strengths and what they can do. But this is also goes to the next question about, is she brain dead? Is she too easy? Well, I mean, Conduit is my main, and I really do enjoy her. I enjoy Watson, Conduit, and Vangean. The reason why I enjoy her so much is that she reminds me of reverse Watson, essentially. She's almost practically the same legend on paper, just reverse tactical and ultimate, essentially. Now, does she have a high skill ceiling? The timing of the heal is everything. I've seen some Conduits where they're just late on the heal, or they do it too early and they don't maximize on the heal. But is it easy to learn to use her heal? I think is the bigger question, right? If it's too easy to learn to use her heal, then, you know, what are the downsides of it? I mean, I'm gonna be honest, not really a whole lot. Of course, you know, also using the heal for yourself is also a waste. I'm just gonna go finish this person. Just in case they happen to rush. She didn't have anything. But that's something to really think about in terms of her heal. You use it first for your teammates, and she works as a fantastic second entry, one of the best, I think, in the game. It's why she's so strong. So if you got the right teammates, boom, you know, you pop your heal, now everyone's topped off, now I'm topped off. And what she brings to the table, because even then, I'm pushing because I'm now fully healed, even though you see how my armor reset there? Now I'm even in a better situation than I was before. You see how she's got a Conduit heal as well? I mean, it's insane, the power. I'm out of ammo, that's not good. I'm gonna start punching. This is not good. This is not good. Oh my gosh. All right, let's reposition here. And again, who do I look? Heal, boom, reset. You see how this reset time is so powerful? Even if we got third partied, at least we have the time. One, they can loot a little bit more, they can move around a bit more. There's just this massive benefit that comes to your squad because of it. I'm gonna go for the blue anyways. So, I mean, even if we're getting 30 like we see now, so is this hard to pull off? I mean, healing is not really a difficult skill set, but the timing is something that it does require a bit of finesse, but can be mastered. It's kind of like playing World of Warcraft, right? It's not too hard to master. Easy to learn, not necessarily hard to master, I suppose. I mean, that's just my comfort. Maybe others find it a little bit more difficult, but I'm gonna be honest, maybe making it a little bit more difficult, what could be a change, is her timing and being able to do it between walls, right? You have to be of LOS and be able to see before you can do it. She is a team-based legend, so it can be more frustrating because she really catches up to her squad, because she provides the heals. She provides a lot of strength for her team by just being together, right? Because everyone's together, there is that inherent strength. I'm entering, which I shouldn't, because then I don't get maximum use of the heal. I should go further. Okay, good damage. Very nice. Now let's talk about the fact that if she's team-based, then, I mean, even if I fall behind, heal, right? Now all I gotta do is catch up. Now, this would be considered a heal that's a little too early. I thought she was more in it, to be honest. But even then, it kind of scares them. It buys time. Even if they got cracked, it buys myself time to get there. And you know what's crazy is that the pro scene was very much wrong about her early on. I remember the pro scene was saying that she doesn't have that strength, that the reset time just isn't strong enough. But to be honest, I mean, we've been seeing Conduit dominate the pro scene as well. And people are saying it's much more frustrating than Seer because of that reset time. And let's talk about that reset time. I think that's really important. I'm gonna circle back to this main point, okay? Is that it's always the fundamentals is if you do damage, then you start to secure space. But now you have to wait essentially for 2 hull cracks to make sure you get rid of the conduit heal before it's worth pushing. You can hit somebody for 100, but then they get a conduit heal and pop maybe 1 cell, and they're pretty much back into the fight, right? So that's kind of where, let's talk about maybe where my stance is. How can it be adjusted? I guess that's probably the bigger question that everyone's probably thinking about. Well, I think that the line of sight could make for a easier solution. Maybe have the heal not kick in within as fast as it does. Give it a slightly longer time. When I say slightly longer, I mean like maybe like an extra second. I know it doesn't seem like a whole lot, but the difference of 1 second to even, let's say, where it's at is pretty dramatic. I mean, look at Seer. Whenever you adjust Seer, it's pretty crazy the difference that it does make. Are we holding here? Are we sweating in pubs like this? I don't know. I'm just kind of vibing, just kind of chatting. So let's recap. Let's recap, and then I guess this will be kind of it. If we get eliminated, awesome. If not, let's just really break this down. I don't think that she's ruining Apex. I think a legend like this was going to exist. I think it kind of already existed within Wattson. And I think that's probably the only reason people are frustrated is that she is easier to play than Wattson because of the gen. I know there is a current bug when it comes to Wattson. I don't even know if it is a bug, to be honest. I don't know if it's intentional, but that her ultimate works through walls, right? And essentially you could put the gen on one side and then somebody can take the benefit on the other side. See, this person grabs it. Okay, I'll take what's the other one? I love how Nessies just break through stuff like they're FBI or something. So why people are annoyed by her is because the game is getting an extra layer and it's getting a lot more complicated, which is probably not good for casuals. And so I ask you guys, do you find that frustrating? Is that annoying to deal with? And that is there a skill ceiling? How can you make the heal higher? Initially, it would be interesting if you had to look at the person while they're being healed, because then it takes the conduit out of the fight. Or then they have to look at them for an extended period of time. That's what makes it easy. It's pretty much a click and go. Now, I'll do this for an example's sake, but essentially you could be shooting here and then you just hit your tactical. I'm not going to hit it because I think we're about to run into somebody. And then because it keeps a squad together, it almost forces people to play more together or encourages team play. And that's one of the biggest issues that most people have on Apex, is just the fact that people don't play together. But this legend, I mean, if you play solo, like we said, is not as useful or impactful, right? So if that's the case, having a legend that kind of forces that team play when a team does not want to play together makes a really big impact. I know I'm giving rid of grenades. I really want to rock more heavy ammo because I didn't have a whole lot. Not gonna lie, all the shooting is a little overwhelming, but I feel like any second we're gonna get pushed. I'm surprised we're not. I mean, it's pubs, a storm point. Oh, there it is. Hello, wasn't paying attention. And even I could heal myself here if I wanted to. That guy is literally low. But again, another tip is conduit. You don't ever want to waste a heal on. Oh, look at that. She got a conduit heal. You see that? The difference? That does make a difference, guys. It really does. Now I can heal. I can go up. See how I'm healing them? It's a more effective use of the heal. I'll go to, ah! Went down. I shouldn't have pushed by myself, but she is low. It's a 3v1, essentially. I should get her. But you see how the conduit heal really helped the horizon there too? Oh, hello. I don't know if that's the last one or not. But either way. Oh, no, different team. Oh no. Let's see what they do. If anything, at least it's a good spot to kind of stop. I shouldn't have pushed up on myself. I was a psycho for doing that. But it really kind of showed a case and example of that conduit really saving the horizon, even though the horizon was such a bad spot, right? And was able to reposition. That was another thing people said. You know, it causes for players to make mistakes by playing bad, essentially. Because why was the horizon that overextended? I mean, I went up because I was just being a psychopath too. That doesn't encourage me to play that much smarter either, right? But I mean, you see a lot of conduit around. And I don't think that, like I said, let's come full circle with this at the very end here. I think with a few adjustments, I think she's fine. I don't think she's busted as much as people complain. I think it's a bit of impression farming. I think people do love conduit, especially a good one, on the team. And it really works out in a good way because, I mean, it forces people to play together. I think the frustration comes where fights are not as easy because there is the extra layer of a heal. And even though people try to compare to Lifeline here, it's different when you have shield. Shield healing also blocks, keep in mind, aim punch or when, you know, flinch, whatever they call it, that causes extra recoil, causes your screen to shake and all that visual clutter and everything, right? So there is that to think about. But guys, I want to thank you guys so much for hanging out, being a part, having just an open conversation as she's breaking the game. I think that some of it's a bit of impression farming. I think there needs to be adjustments 100%. She's definitely on the strong side, but I do enjoy a conduit on the team. But with some tweaks, just like anything else, I think it's okay. I don't think there's too many issues. Thank you guys again. I hope you enjoy this type of format where we're vibing, kind of chilling as if we're hanging out together, just talking about her, about things about Apex Legends. And I have another video idea for Thursday I think you guys are going to enjoy. Thank you guys again so much for watching. See you guys on the next one.